So you're a photographer, right? You're probably on Instagram, and I'm gonna tell you how not to grow your following in 2019. So number one thing is pay attention to followers. Pay attention to the number of followers and the following that you have. Number two is pay attention to likes. Pay attention to all of those numbers. And along with that, number three is engagement rate. Look at all of those metrics and obsess over them. Look at them every single day and obsess about whether or not that they're where you want them to be. Okay, so I know right about now you're probably like, David, where the heck are you going with this? My point is that how many of us, in an attempt to grow our business, to grow our following, whether it's photography or whatever it is, how many of us do those things day in and day out? I know that I've definitely been guilty of trying to do those things in order to grow my following and to make my business more successful. Really, that's probably the best way to not grow your following in 2019, and here's why. When you obsess over those numbers, it does this thing to your mind, it does this thing to your head, where you begin to compare the out of your work. You compare to other photographers, maybe some who have bigger followings than you. And then you start to do the things that they do. You mimic them and you might imitate them in hopes of, maybe if I do what they do, then I'll get to where they're at. Not to mention, you totally forget the joy of why you started creating in the first place. In the end, doing all those things may actually get you pretty far. It may even get you to where you want to go, and who knows, you may even grow a following. The problem with that is that who are you really after all is said and done? What are you willing to sacrifice to get there? Are you willing to sacrifice your own creativity, your own individuality to do it? Okay, so what's the alternative, right? Well, first let me get inside and get situated. Every time that I personally focus on the numbers, whether it's the number of likes that I'm getting or my follower count, how well a post is doing, every time I do that, it just leads to feelings of comparison, looking at others and seeing that they're doing fantastic and I'm not, and ultimately unhappiness. And when I focus on my own story, what work that I want to create, the work that brings me joy, that is truly what inspires me to just create more, and it creates this trickle-down effect where it brings me more joy. Going a little Marie Kondo on you, but seriously though, there's nothing wrong with the first way. The problem with that is that it's gonna make you just like everybody else. You're gonna follow trends and you're gonna compare yourself and do the work that other people are doing. But when you tap into your own story, what you wanna say, what's on your heart, that's when you create the work that you were meant to, and that you create work that's unique to you. Hold on. All right, so hopefully that's better. So what this is gonna look like practically speaking is that you are going to put your blinders on. You're not gonna care about the metrics. You're gonna just create whatever you're curious about, whether it's you wanna photograph a flower, go do that. You wanna take a moody self-portrait, go do that. Maybe you wanna make a video about gardening, then you're gonna do it and you're gonna post it. And the point is that you're going to focus more on the creativity. You're going to devote 10, 15, 30 minutes a day to just creativity. Whether or not you actually make anything doesn't really matter. The point is that you focus more on the joy of creating and less on the metrics. As you're sharing this work, listen to the commentary that goes on inside of yourself. Listen to the I'm not good enough. People are going to hate it. Meditation for me helps with this so much. And then we're gonna share it anyways. I'm not saying engaging or using social media is bad, but utilize it from a place of this work actually inspires me. So I'm gonna comment, I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna engage with it, rather than from the place of this person has X amount of followers. If I comment on them, then I might get some of that, or engaging with this person could be really beneficial for me. Do it from a place of authenticity rather than from the place of what can this person do for me. After doing this a lot, and I mean a lot, you may take off your blinders and look around and be like, I'm a lot different than the sea of people that are around me, and that's a good thing. People may like it, people may not like it, but in the end it doesn't matter because you're doing this work for you and this work brings you joy. Maybe you grew a following, maybe you didn't, but I guarantee you that you're gonna be a lot happier doing it this way. My name is Orozco, and I'll see you in the next one.